What's up, y'all? You're watching Union Minded. I'm your host, Eric, and today we are going to talk about a moment in history. A moment in history that was made today. A moment like no other since ever in this country. A U.S. president walked the picket line in solidarity with striking workers in the United States for the first time in history. Not a former president, not a presidential candidate, not a congressperson, not a senator, not a board of supervisors member, not a school board member. We're talking about the president of the United States of America, the most powerful person in the world, walked the picket line in solidarity with the workers today. Joe Biden made his way to the picket line in solidarity with the United Auto Workers who are on strike. And that's something that we should not take for granted. It's gonna have impact. It's a good move. It signals something to business. It signals something to workers. It signals to the public that, hey, we need workers to do well. It's good stuff. I'm gonna read from this Guardian article. Joe Biden's visit to the UAW picket line is historic and may pay off politically. Yeah, duh, it might pay off politically. That's the whole thing. The labor movement, their power right now has prompted the president to come to them. Understand? Get it? Labor's power did that. He's coming to us. Now, what are we going to do with that power is the question. UAW is definitely using their power to get more for their members. Let's continue. In the more than 150 years since workers first formed labor unions in the United States, no American president has ever stood in solidarity with workers on a picket line. Joe Biden has vowed to do exactly that with striking auto workers in Michigan on Tuesday. This is genuinely new. I don't think it's ever happened before. A president on a picket line, said Nelson Lichtenstein, a longtime labor historian at the University of California, Santa Barbara. Candidates do it frequently, and prominent senators, but not a president. Biden's visit to the picket line, labor experts say, will give him a political boost in Michigan and other industrial swing states, and might also help nudge the United Auto Workers and automakers to a quicker settlement. But some experts say his visit could backfire if the walkout drags on for months or seriously hurts the nation's economy. I would say those experts are probably those who would oppose the strike anyway and who are, just putting that negativity out there. I don't think it's going to backfire at all. I think it has a positive impact. Biden's predecessors were often far more hostile towards strikers. In 1894, Grover Cleveland dispatched federal troops to help shut down a railroad strike. During the Korean War in 1952, Harry Truman seized the nation's steel mills in response to a steel workers' strike. And in 1981, as you've heard here before, Ronald Reagan fired 11,345 striking air traffic controllers. Biden has said he will be the most pro-union president ever, and visiting a picket line is indeed unprecedented for a president, said Meg Jacobs, a labor historian at Princeton University. CEO pay at the Big Three has increased by 40% since 2013 as profits have soared. GM's Mary Barra, the highest paid CEO of the three, pocketed $28.97 million last year. Meanwhile, auto manufacturing workers have seen their average real hourly earnings fall 19.3% since 2008. The union's messaging has so far won popular support, with 58% of Americans backing the striking workers, according to a Reuters Ipsos poll. On Friday, the UAW's president, Shawn Fain, called for everyone from our friends and families all the way up to the President of the United States to join us on the picket line. Hours later, Biden tweeted, "Tuesday, I'll go to Michigan to join the picket line. saying he planned to stand in solidarity with the men and women of the UAW. And what did that look like? What did it sound like for the president to be on the line with the workers? Well, let's take a listen and find out for ourselves.
You've heard me say many times, Wall Street didn't build the country, the middle class built the country. Unions built the middle class. That's a fact. So let's keep going. You deserve what you've earned, and you've earned a hell of a lot more than you're getting paid now. Thank you very much.
I don't know if you heard it as clear as I hope you did, but he said Wall Street didn't build America. The middle class built America, and the middle class was built by unions, and that's a fact. No truer words have been spoken, and that's something you just don't hear historically coming from the office of the president. Now, what are those folks on the other side of the aisle doing while all of this is going on, this fight for working people? What are they doing? They're arguing about reducing the debt. But how are they going to do it? Well, Qasim Rashid tweeted, GOP yells out, reduce the debt. So we suggest we repeal Trump's $2.1 trillion billionaire tax cuts. That'll help with the debt. The GOP yells, no, we're not going to touch that. That'll hurt our rich friends. We're not going to do that. All right. Well, how about we end corporate welfare? We start taxing the rich and the businesses so that we can end corporate welfare and help with the debt. No. GOP doesn't want to do that. Nope. They don't want to do that either. How about we audit the military budget and we make the cuts where we need it because we lose money in the military budget every single year anyway? How about we do that? Nope. GOP doesn't want to hear it. Nope. So then you got to ask, how then would you reduce the debt? And what's their answer? Cancel vets' health care, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, SNAP, Meals on Wheels, school lunch, and Title I grants. Make no mistake, this is going to hurt strictly working families and the working poor. That's their target. That's how they fix things. They don't fix things by going for the fat cats that are sitting there taking $4,000 on average of our tax money and subsidies. All those big companies. They don't sit there and go after that. They don't go after the military budget and trim it, because there's no reason we should be spending almost $1 trillion on the military year after year after year. But they don't go after that. No, they'll go after vets, their health care. You can go fight the war, but when you come back, screw you, screw your health care. We're not taking care of you. We're going to use you. Rich people are going to profit off of your actions overseas, but we're not going to take care of you when you're done. Medicare and Medicaid, we're not going to pay you wages so that you can have insurance and everything else that come with it. And we're not going to help you with medical bills, and we're going to allow you to die because then you're not going to go to the hospital. So we won't need you then either. This is their answer. This is from the Washington Post. 1/4 of all the savings House Republicans' bill would achieve comes from cutting one single program that provides funding for low-income schools, known as Title I education grants. House Republicans want to cut Title I by nearly 80%, saving $14.7 billion. Do you know how much of a sick, disgusting, corporate suck-off sellout you got to be to want to cut Title I programs, to want to make kids starve for no crime of their own just because they're poor and they were born in a poor zip code? This is what they want to do. My son, and both of my daughters went to a Title I school. Because of where we live in our jurisdiction, we have to be in a Title I elementary school, public elementary school. I know firsthand how badly that school needs funding. I know firsthand how much those teachers put in of their own money so those kids have a quality education. Those kids love that school, and they love those teachers. And they don't get enough funding. And these want to cut more funding from children Poor children. Man, at this late stage of the game, can we stop playing and acting as if these politicians on the right give a damn about children? These sycophants on the right, they don't give a damn about children. George Carlin said it best. They care about the fetus up until the moment it's born. And after that, it's up yours. Make no mistake about it. I'm unequivocal about it. It's disgusting. There's no way to compromise on that. Check your moral compass. Check what you really stand with, what you really support. Because if you tell me you're a Republican, it says a lot about you. Whether you know it or not. Because it's these politicians that are doing it, and they keep getting elected, so that party still supports them. And that's the party of wealth and power, and they don't care. They never have. They never will. Working man's a sucker who votes for a Republican. Y'all have a good one, man. My name's Eric. You're watching Union Minded. Remember, the fight's not left and right. It's up and down. It's going to take solidarity to win always. Each one teach one. Get out there and reach one. And there could be no union without you and I, front and center. Peace.